to the band gym. Do you do a lot of unilateral training? Well, if you don't, you should be. Today I want to take you through why you want to be training one arm or one leg at a time. It's that simple. We call it offset loading, we call it unilateral training, call it what you want. I think it's the best way for us to start training our body for fitness longevity. Here's why. Number one, as soon as we go ahead and train one side at a time, our trunk activates. Especially when we use attached situations like this band. As soon as I come in here, and you've heard me say this before, as soon as I press out, not only am I training anti-extension, but I'm also training anti-rotation. There's even a little bit of side bending in there. So as soon as you go ahead and start training unilaterally, you start bringing in your trunk. Well, that's good because we need a stable, dynamic trunk to be able to keep doing what we want to keep doing. Second thing, it's automatically going to bring in your butt. You know, if I go ahead and I take this same band and I go ahead and come on up here and I start doing unilateral pulling, I'm immediately going to have to engage my opposite side hip. So I quickly can go ahead and engage my glutes, which happen to be another key core stabilization exercise or key core stabilization muscle, and as a result of that, I'm going to kick that in very quickly. Then there's the key components that automatically happen, like you can train in almost any plane. Because again, you're freed up. You've freed up one side to train, so now you can rotate, you can work different planes of movement very quickly. Well, it's important, guys, this is a three-dimensional body. You better be training in multiple planes if you want to keep it that way. It's also very easy to go ahead and work on speed, because now I can work on speed of movement. Because I don't have to worry about stabilizing with two hands, I can stabilize with my off hand, my legs, and now I can really work on speed of pushing, speed of pulling, speed of squatting, jumping, any of those movements because I'm on a unilateral situation. Secondly, you can go ahead and very easily bring in mobility. Yeah, so it's super easy for me to go ahead, and again, I'm using pushing as an example, but I can add a step with it. So now I can bring in my entire body and teach it how to integrate. I can go ahead and drop into a squat and come up pushing. I can do the same thing with pulling and pressing and curls and all of those types of movements. So it's easy for me to bring in mobility. Also, from a senior perspective, guys, from a senior perspective, you have this opposite side that you can use to support yourself while you're pulling, pushing, split squatting, lunging, whatever the single leg or single arm activity is, you have this opposite side to go ahead and support you, so you have 3 points of contact, so you don't have to worry about balance as much. It's also going to go ahead and allow you to increase mobility. How's that? Well, again, if I'm going ahead and I'm working on pulling movements, and because I'm in one arm, I can really spread myself out and work at really opening up my hips and doing more flexibility and mobility training while I'm strength training. It's because I don't have both arms involved or both legs involved, I can really go ahead and work on changing up planes, which is going to help me allow me to go ahead and increase my mobility and work on my mobility. It's also super easy to go ahead and program. Yeah, you just work right side and then you work left side. You want a great metabolic training program? Simply go ahead, pick a pushing, pulling, or squat movement that you can do on one side and then the other, and start knocking out sets of 30 seconds with no rest in between. 30 seconds left, 30 seconds right. The transition is so easy with bands that you can go from one to the other and just keep going. It's a great and easy way to go ahead and work on metabolic conditioning by going ahead and doing unilateral training. The other thing about unilateral training is this. It really fits how we function during the day. Yeah, we don't spend a lot of time on both feet. We don't spend a lot of time pushing with both hands. Most of the time we're reaching with one hand, we're pulling, we're pushing with one hand, we're lunging, we're split squatting, we're doing something on one leg much more than we are on two legs. So unilateral training is really going to fit what we do. The other thing is, last thing is, it's really going to allow you to go ahead and use less bands. Yeah, you just don't need as many bands. I mean, because I'm only working one side at a time, so I only need one band. So if you have a lot of single level resistance bands, you're in great shape because you only need to use one at a time. So I think that from a practicality standpoint is another good reason. So with that said, all month long, I'm going to be hitting you up with ways to train unilaterally. I want to drive this point home to you. I want to make it so you make it very easy for you to figure out how to do unilateral training. And then here's what you got to do. You got to start doing it. Yeah, you got to start doing it, and you got to challenge yourself in the month of July. RBT month. Yeah, this is National RBT month. I'm going to show you unilateral training because I know if I do, you're going to get better. And you're going to get a lot more balanced, controlled, athletic, all the things that you need to create what our theme is this month, and that is fitness, success, and longevity. That's what you need to get. Unilateral training will do that. I'll be bringing a lot more unilateral training your way this whole month. Hope you'll join me. We'll talk to you soon.